Hey everybody and welcome. I am Devin, half of Dads and Dice, and I am here to do a solo stream of Trismegistus. This is a Friday and I am here solo, and that is because Paul is feeling a bit under the weather. Because I didn't get a stream Wednesday, thought it would be perfect that, you know what, I'll just do a solo stream today. So sorry if you are missing Paul, but I hopefully will be here to entertain. So I'm excited to play Trismegistus. This is a game that sort of special to me and Paul. This is the first BGG con, or the first con that we ever went to. This was the first game that we played. Paul was very new into the hobby at the time. I think it was in 2019. And this was probably the heaviest game that he had played at the time. Now, since then, we have both played heavier games, and it's looking back. I remember thinking, wow, that was cool, but there's a lot to it, a lot of symbols, just a lot going on at the time. And so I got this game later, and I played it, and I was like, oh, it's just a game. It's not that hard. Yeah, I'm excited to do this solo. I have only ever soloed this once, and I remember the solo being pretty easy. I did it here recently, and so they have these ways of kind of beefing up the automa, and it's basically how it starts. It just starts a little bit stronger. So I added a couple of those in. I'll go through them whenever I talk about what all I've got, but I am going to switch it over and start showing you. So, sorry, let me fix. There we go. Okay, so this is Trismegistus. Trismegistus, the ultimate formula. And the idea of the game is you are an alchemist, or competing alchemist, to make the Philosopher's Stone. So this area here represents your Philosopher's Stone, and it is made through doing different either types of experiments, or you can buy pieces of it, or I should say buy craft gold in order to get it, or alchemize gold. And I realize now I might have not given myself quite enough room. I'm going to set this like over here, push this up, because I do have to have room to tuck some experiments underneath here. So there, that should be manageable. Let me see. I just like tuck a card like this. Yeah, we'll be fine. Okay, so what you're looking at here, this is my player board. This is the bot honestly runs very, I'll say smoothly, very simply. It just kind of does basic actions and gets points for them. So this is the bot's little area here. This is my area. Then, of course, is the main board here. And the first thing you're going to notice is all these dice here, or the first thing I'll point you to is all these dice here, and there's different colors, and there's different symbols, and all of that. This game has tons of symbols, and almost an overwhelming amount of symbols, but really it makes a lot of sense. Like these dice here, they all can get the experiments that they're next to. They show the symbols here of basically the stuff that they can get. So really, if you're using this symbol of die, you can get this kind of stuff, either the experiment or these materials, this one, and so on. So what we're going to be trying to do is obviously get the most victory points, but we're going to be trying to get these different experiments, and then basically get these different raw or refined materials. So raw is whenever it's in kind of this circular state here, and then when you have alchemized it into a refined, it'll go into the square, and it'll follow these kind of little flow charts here. So we're going to be doing that, trying to then complete experiments. So if you have this, you complete this experiment. You have to have this, and then you have to have this little marker at least at a minimum of each of these different little tracks here. So you do that. This is how many victory points it's worth at the end of the game. This is kind of an immediate effect that you can do. So on your turn, you're going to draft a die. And the dice you draft is going to dictate kind of the next several actions that you are going to be able to do. So the first thing is when you draft a die, you're going to put it based off of the power. So how many are in there, regardless of color. So if I grab this one, there are 4 in here. I'm going to put it on the number 4. There's ways of increasing it, but this means I've got basically 4 action points worth to do of this die. And those action points can be spent on really a various bit of things. You can spend 1-to-1 action points to get either materials or essences. Essences are what we're going to use to transmutate of this type. So the material is this, and I would just say spend 1 and get this material here. That's simple. I could just get this essence, which is this token here. I could also spend 1 to transmute along the color line of the dice. Now at the moment I don't have any, but let's pretend this was here. I could transmute along a red color or white color or black color. And then the last thing you can do is you can spend 3 pips worth to get these little tiles, and when you transmute across a tile, you get the little bonus. So you get the tiles matching the color of dice that you're in. So this is the red section, the white section, the black section. And so if I spent 3 pip worth, I could get one of these 2 and then place it in, place it in one of the red spaces here. Once the die's at 0, it's going to go here, and then once we have drafted and kind of depleted 3 dice each, that's 1 round. We're going to play a total of 3 rounds of the game. And that's really it. A lot of the other stuff I think I'm going to really explain as I'm going kind of on. I know that was a lot of rambling and a lot, but I think it's really one that makes a lot of sense once you start doing it. So let's think. I'm sorry, one thing I should have checked. I don't remember if I go first or they go first. I think it's them. Shuffle, gift. With you being the first player. No, I am first. Okay. So I got a couple starting things here. So this is just a basic starting experiment. Just needs these, so it needs, this is not there. So I'll have to, transmute this, and then I can complete that. And completing an experiment doesn't take any action pips worth of dice or anything like that. So that's just a starting experiment. I have to be at least 2 on the red track here. And you get track bumps. There's various ways like this. Completing the experiment gives you a track bump. But the most common way is when you use any of these types of essences when you transmute, you just get a track bump. It'll make sense when I got it. This is really the biggest confusion in that mercury works as both an essence and as a raw material. Honestly, probably the most confusing thing of the whole game, but it's really not too bad. So I have that. This is kind of my master experiment, what I'm going to be aiming to work toward. So it's this green one. I'm going to need to be at 11 on this mountain track here, and have a whole bunch of stuff. So the first thing to do is draft a die, and really I want to look at, and then I had a starting, I think these are called artifact tiles, so I had a starting artifact tile. So obviously I want to most likely draft the highest value die I can. This pool here is wild, so it can be any of these. And basically when you take it, you'll take it and then set it to the side that you want. So that is relatively tempting. This is, I think, really, you know what? I need to transmute along black because I need here, and I need to transmute along white. So I need both a black and a white dice. So maybe I take this, and I'm actually going to turn it to a, I'm going to turn it to this in case I need to get some more essences. And so it will be a 4 strength going there, and then I will do an action with it. And I actually think the action that I'm going to do with it is spend 3 pips worth. And I'm going to get this artifact tile, and I'm going to place it right here. When you buy an artifact tile, you get to do the effect immediately. And then when you transmute across it, you get to do it, and you will flip over the tile. So this is taking any essence. And what I'm really wanting is I have 1 triangle, not 2. About to take another one. So I have 1 triangle, so when I transmute, I can go up the red once, but I want a second, so I can do it twice and have enough to do this starting little experiment here. And then maybe I want to get, like, I don't know, something like this with my last, oh, no, we'll see what I do with my last pip. That's all I'm doing on this turn. Oh, and then I can turn 1 raw material into another. What I might do is move this one here. Okay, that's it for my turn. All right, so now over to the bot's turn. And so he's going to look at this type of die, and he wants to take a red one. So he is going to take this one right here, because there is a red one. So he's going to take it, and then he starts with what is called an ethereal token. They're basically just a +1 to the die amount. So he is going to use that. Whoops, I accidentally moved the side there. And so it would have been a 2, but he's going to make it a 3. And then he is going to use 3 strength worth of the die. So he had 3. And if he only had 2, bots, you know, like many bots, they're a little cheater. They would get to use just the 2. But he's going to go up 2 on the fire track. So 1, 2. And that is actually going to give him back one of these ethereal tokens. And I have found from my first time playing the bot that they fly up all of these tracks. So I will almost certainly not be able to compete against the various different things. And I should mention, so a couple of the things I did to tweak the bot is they started with a experiment, a not complete experiment. So they have that they normally start with 2 gold. I gave them 3 gold, and then you would notice they had already done a few bumps of the track. Normally they have like 2 free bumps to start the game. I gave them 4 free bumps, only because last time I played it, I really kind of crushed the bot. So in the rules, there's a couple ways of tweaking it, and that's what I did. So that is it for the bot. Now, one thing I can always do is I have these reaction tokens, and I can flip one over to basically use to do 1 like value worth of action for the bot's die. And that can be either getting a material or essence that matches this symbol. It can be transmuting. I think those are the ones. Let me double check. I think that's all it is. The rules have this handy dandy. Yes, when interacting with other players, you may choose one to gain one material or essence, or perform a single mutation, transmutation, or recharge an artifact that you've already used. Yeah, so I could do that with these. That is getting either this essence or getting this raw material here. I don't think I'm going to do that because I do have this little starting artifact tile, which seems like it's going to get me a decent amount of... Oh, I accidentally make it where you can't see. There we go. Amount of raw materials, so I don't think I need to do that. So over to me, and I only have one value left to use here. Sorry, this should have refilled. Don't think I could do anything with that. Although I like that tile. It's trading in a Mercury for one of each of the other essences. So my options here, I could transmute across this. It's obviously something I am needing. Or I could take this experiment and real quick, I think he will, after performing this action, check whether it can complete ignores all material requirements and instead only has to comply with the mastery requirement. If it has any gold available, it spends 1 gold per requirement level it is short on to make up the difference. Spent gold is returned to supply. Yeah, so he needs to be 2 on this. He is not, but he can spend these 2 gold to kind of cheat his way up and say he's at 2. So he automatically completes this. And I don't think they get any rewards, or one of the bonuses. Does not gain any benefits other than the victory points. And then you kind of just like tuck it under here, so you can see what type. So he completed his first experiment. Okay, back to doing what I was doing, and I could go here, and then next turn try and take a dice. I could, what else could I do? I could take this experiment into my hand, which I kind of want, and I'd be sad if he took. And he might, because he's most likely going to, there's a good chance he takes from this pool of dice, I should say. I think I am just going to spend 1 pip worth to transmute along white. So that's at 0, that'll go there. Because I transmuted, first I spend a essence. I'm going to spend the triangle, which is this. And then because I did that, I can get material, and I want Mercury essence. And then I can trade well, I really can't, because I know I need this to go along here. I don't think I'm going to do that. Okay, so that is using my artifact. And that's it for my turn. Over to them. And so yeah, they are going to take either this or this, and they will take whatever's the highest. So it's clearly this one. So it's a 4. They do have one of the ethereal tokens, so they will make it a 5. And then they're going to use 2 pip worth to get a artifact. And they will get a black artifact. And then I think I just roll the die to determine which one for sure. Artifact matching its current die color. Pick the one with the most symbols. They both have the same if tied. Yeah, it's just like it's flipping a coin. 1 through 3 and 4 through 5. So 1 through 3. So it's going to take this. These are strictly just worth victory points to them. So sort of a bummer because they did take the die that I wanted to draft this turn, and I would have had 1 more pip worth, but that's okay. So what I think I'm going to do is still take this, and I need to transmute along black, and so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend a black to transmute this along here. I'm going to use another of the triangle essences. The essences do have names. I don't know them off of the top of my head, so I'm just calling them their symbols, which is triangle, wheel, and 0. We're going to go with that. So did another one. So I'm now at the 2 of the fire track. I have the requirements in refined material, so I am going to complete this experiment. So we'll spin the materials, and then I will tuck this under the matching color here. So green, red, blue, and I do not know why, but this is black, the wind color. So I can tuck this like this, and then because it's the first experiment that I did along this, I get to take one of these 2 here and put them into my Philosopher's Stone. So this one lets me transmute 2 things twice, and it could be any of the colors. This gives me 2 ethereal die tokens. And I think I'm going to do the die tokens because guaranteed the next dice I get is at best a 3 value, but could be a 2 value. So this will help me bump it up. And then I decide where I'm going to put it. And it's kind of like a completion thing. So when I complete, let's call it this column, I would get these benefits. When I complete this row, I get these, you know, so on. Actually, that place I just kind of threw it down. That looks kind of cool. I need to make sure I have the essences. Hey, what's going on, Dennis? Appreciate you stopping by. I need to make sure I have essences. Maybe I do it here, and it's a way I can get some gold. This gives me a lot of raw material. Yeah, I'm gonna do. What a decision. I'm gonna do that. Okay. And then at any point in time, I can flip this over to get 2 of these. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, that's it for my turn. Over to them. How are you doing tonight, Dennis? Appreciate you stopping by. So now we're going to ignore the top because they already have a dice, and that's only if they need to draft die. And we're going to just look here. They are just going to go down 1 pip value, and they are going to go up this track twice. and that is all they are going to do. Now I do have the chance to react to this dice, either getting an essence or getting the material, and I'm sorry, when I transmuted across this, I should have gotten some material here, or some raw materials there. I think that's relatively important because I get to... the other thing this does is now anytime I do like the red experiment type, I will have a discount of 1 refined material. And I think I also forgot to give myself just 1 red bump. Like that. So... I might put another one right here, and I've got 2 pip value worth, so I want to take this experiment, and it needs this, and it needs 1 here, and then I would just need, yeah, I'm going to do that. So getting back to, and then this was done, getting back to reacting to him, I am actually going to react to him. So I'm going to use one of these reactions, and I'm just going to recharge my artifact, because I think I'm going to transmute along this again. So it is over to me, and what I'm going to do is just take this experiment here. And you can always hold 2 experiments, not counting this master experiment. So I can hold another as well. And that's it. That cost me 1 pip value there. And so over to them. Okay, and so this is their personality card. So their personality was based off of this little starting artifact that they got. It was fire, and so it's basically this right here. And so it allows them to just spend 1 pip value, and then if they are less than or equal to me on the fire track, they would go up 2 on the fire track. And then if they are greater than me, which they are, they're going to just straight up get 10 points. So one of the other reasons I was attempting to kind of push up the red track, because I did not want them to just be able to get 10 points. So what's going on, Patrick? Appreciate you joining. Yeah, I think this game is it is interesting. It doesn't get a lot of talk and a lot of love, but I personally really like it. So that's what they did. They have 1 pip value left. Again, I can react off this if I wanted to. I'm sorry, this should have replaced a level 1 experiment there. But I don't think I want to. Yeah, I don't think I want to react to that. So I'm going to let it be. Now it's over to me. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to transmute over black again. So going there, I am going to do it with spending a mercury as the essence. So I go up 1 this track. And then because I cross this again, I get to do this again. And so what I know I need for this experiment, I have this, I have a raw material here, so I'm going to need a refined mercury, so I'm going to need at least 1 there, and I think I'm going to go ahead and put 2 there. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, So back over to them. They still got 1 pit value, so they don't have to draft a die. They'll use 2 pit value. For them, it's just 1 because that's all they have, so they get a little lucky there. And, they will just go up the win track twice. That was 0. Now I draft a dice, and I know I need a white dice because I want to transmute along this line here. So I'm pretty sure I want the white die with the most pip value. You know what? I might react to them. I might react to their last turn. Oh, I just got that. And flip this over. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have reacted to their die and just recharge my artifact here. Trismegistus, the name sounds like an undiscovered muscle in the human body. Muscle formed by playing too many board games. Or like some sort of problem with your muscles. I'm going to draft this die. It would normally start at level 3. So this is interesting. I could make it a 5. Yeah, Zach, it is an alchemy-based game. So you are taking the raw materials, which are these little circular ones here, and you're transmuting along these lines to make refined material, all to complete different experiments that need different requirements out there. So hello, welcome, and that's it. Simple as that. Okay, so here's my debating. I am debating spending 5 to go here, because then I could spend 3 to take this, placing it here, transmuting along that line. It seems good. It's just also a lot of mercury. And all the symbols really come down to, there's these different publications. So like by the end of the game, I want 2 fire symbols. I have 1 because I've done 1 experiment, but it could come on artifacts as well. And 2 water, and then it gives me this like victory points here. You know what? I honestly enjoyed this theme a lot. Honestly, I enjoy the theme. This is going to sound ridiculous, solely because of the Elder Scroll games. In the Elder Scroll games, have always loved going down the alchemy track since Morrowind, did it in Oblivion, of course Skyrim. Skyrim, you just do them all by the end, but I don't know. I've always enjoyed making like the various different potions that make you super powerful. The problem is I don't think I'll have enough mercury to actually like benefit doing this, because when I play it, I can use 1 free, and then I can transmute along this to get another mercury. I might be able to. think I'm going to do it. I'm going to spend these 3 to make this 5 strength. Let's hope this works out. And then I need to transmute along this. I'm going to do that first. I'm going to transmute along this for 1. Spending a Mercury as the essence to go up this track. Yeah. So I just have to do that one more time. So I have this, I have this, I have this. So I have all my requirements. I just need to be at level 3 on this track. So I need to transmute something one more time. And then I could move. What if I move this here? I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, over to them. They are going to draft die. Not ridiculous at all. I buy games with any potion making, regardless of mechanics. Not strange at all. So what's your favorite one? Is it Potion Explosion? Because I think that is an excellent game. So he's going to draft this symbol here, which is this one. And it is going to be at a 2 strength because there's only 2 in the pile. He is going to use 3 strength words, which is all of them, to go up the track that he has the least. I have to read it. I can't remember. Move on the indicated tracks, either specific or the mastery track. It is currently the lowest on. So it's the lowest on this one. So it will go up that, and then it will just straight up get a gold. Okay, that's its round, which actually isn't super good for me because next turn I was wanting to get another reaction token and use it, and now I can't. So I'll do something else. I don't normally enjoy. Yes, the Potion Explosion. Heck yeah. Enjoy Take That games, but I love it in Potion Explosion. Potion Explosion doesn't really have that. I'm trying to think what the take back that is. Is it? Do one of the potions have something to that effect when you activate the potion? Because honestly, I thought most of them just let you either take more marbles or manipulate things. There is, I guess, one that you get to take from somebody's reserve area, right? If I'm thinking correctly. Okay. Is it worth me? So if I don't get an artifact, man, I took a die that gives me some essences I do not care about. I guess saying it's take that would be wrong, but it's one of my feared that I accept. Yeah, I honestly, man, Potion Explosion I think is so good. Honestly, what I enjoy the most is, I can't remember what their actual names are, but the little helpers or scholars or students or whatever they are, that basically they're worth negative victory points, but they let you take a marble. And you can use those to really manipulate and create some really cool chains that let you, I feel like, do a whole lot more than you would be restricted to do if you just like couldn't manipulate even one. So when I complete this, it's going to give me this and this. I'm just trying to think what I would do if I don't take this. Yeah, I'm not going to take this. Instead, I am going to transmute along this line here, using this as the essence. And so that puts me at 3 here. And then I can complete this. I have this, it just requires the raw material, refine that and refine that, and to be at level 3 on this track. And so I get 1 bump, and look at that, I did beat him on one of these. 1 bump on this track. 1 bump on that track. 1 of these and 1 of these. And this will tuck here. And partly a bummer, because for whatever reason in my head I thought that was a blue one, but that's okay. I'm going to take this one here, so at any time I can flip it over to recharge these. I'm obviously not going to do it now because I can't copy any of his, but it should be good for next round. And then I completed this row, so I get 1 gold and 2 silver. And so gold, yeah, it can be used for like some of the bigger experiments. It also is how you buy, so you can only ever unlock 1 from building experiments along these, but you can spend 1 gold to unlock so you can buy 1, and then you can do 1 from an experiment. The first one you buy costs 1, second one 2, third one 3, so on. So I'm not going to buy 1 now because I don't know exactly which one I need, but like say I did this one, then I'd have a discount of 2 on any red experiments. Yeah, that's it. Oh, and then it's still me. I'm using the rest of these die. So I have to do stuff in white is the unfortunate thing. So I could take this red experiment here. Okay, this might not be bad. I could take this. I think I could do it. I don't have this. No, I can't do it. I don't have this or this. I would have this and this. Yeah, I'm still going to take it. So that is 1 pip value. And then another pip value, I'm just going to get, basically it's this symbol, which is 1 of these. And actually, for the last pip value, I could either take another one, and then all I would need to do is transmute along red. I can ignore 1 requirement and I'd have enough to do this, or I mean, excuse me, black. I'd have enough to do that. I'm going to be low on essences to transmute. So that's going to be like my priority. I think I'm going to do that though. I'm going to just get one more of this for my last. What am I doing? This. Okay, so that's it. I used all 3 of my dice. He used all 3 of his. He had a pretty quick round there. So for cleanup, I guess I'll find it here and do it in the order because I can't remember. End of round. You flip all these to reuse. And these reaction tokens. If it's third round, you go straight scoring. We clear out the level 1 artifacts. And this game comes with so many artifacts. And I know it plays up to 4 players. But, like, that's all the level 1s. And so we didn't even use half of them. I mean, we actually only bought 2. Anyway. And so now we put out the level 2s. Okay. Place current artifact. Yeah. Did that. And then the level, whoops, I should have refilled this level 1 experiment. The level 1 come off, so we're not going to use that one. And then now we fill level 2s, but we don't remove any level 1s unless they are still remaining after this round. So it's just you can buy either one, but when you buy one, it will be replaced with a level 2. And then I think we just re-roll our dice. Oh, so he went out first. So he would have like moved his thing there. I forgot to do that. So he is going to be first player this round. And then we just re-roll all the dice and go again. And so when you do the dice here, obviously you just match them up to the symbols with the fact that if there is more than 5 in any bowl, which looks like there will not be, that's the wrong symbol. If there's more than 5 in any bowl, you would have to re-roll that bowl. There's not. So then there is one thing I have to do for him, and it's add in a specialization card. Do end of round cleanup, yeah. At the end of the round, you give it 2 more ethereal die. At the end of round 1, check which element type it has the most symbols. So I think it's even. What is that? Yeah, it's even. So we're just going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he is going to add in this specialization here, which is just a stronger card. And you don't, it just goes straight into here. Okay. And that is cleanup. So it is going to either draft this pool or this pull, and it's looking for a white, so it is going to take this one. It's got 2 of these, so it would be 2 strength, but it is going to be 4 strength instead. Okay, and then, then it just uses 1 pip value to go up 2 on this track. These chameleon tokens don't do anything for it. They just give him 1 gold, which is basically like victory point. Okay. And then I have the chance to react to that, and I actually think I will, because I think I want some mercury. Because I know I need to get, by the end of the game, hopefully, up to the 11, so I can do this experiment. You can use silver to kind of cheat your way, like how the bot uses gold. But yeah, I am going to react and get a mercury. Okay. Now, like the bummer thing of the higher level ones is they also require more mastery. I shouldn't say bummer thing, it's just makes it harder to complete. So what do I want to do? So I could also, like, I know by the end of the game I need 2 blue. I mean, I probably need more, but I could take this. Gives me 2 bumps, which is a way I could, man, I don't know what I want here. So I have the luxury of I could take, as long as I don't want red, transmuting this. Man, I'm sorry. What I think I want to do is try and get like the 2 color of experiments I don't have. So this one is same as the yellow, the wind, and then the blue would be like something like this or this one. I don't necessarily want to take that die. So if I take black, I could take this, and then I could transmute and transmute. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a white dice from this here. I'm going to set it to this symbol here. And then I thought I had another one of these. I might make it black. I'll make it black instead. So a 4 in black, but I want the white. I'm just going to have to use it with the white. Yep, I'm just going to have to use this with the white. And then what I want to do is take this experiment here for one value. Okay, sorry about all that. Paul, thanks for jumping in. How do you determine the pip strength? Pip strength, so when you draft a die, it is how many are in that pool. So if I take this die here, I'd put it at a 3 strength. I took a die from here. It was strength of 3. I then had one of these tokens, which allow you to increase the strength up to 5. So it's as simple as that. Color determines what you can transmute or what artifacts you can take. Symbol determines what materials you can get. What you can get, like either material or essences or this. So deal with symbols and colors. I think after playing something like Scholars, right, dealing with pip values and colors and secondary colors, this one's not too hard. Okay, I did that. He goes, so he is going to take 2 strength, and he is going to take an experiment. And I can't remember. Oh, it's either take an experiment or get gold. When it takes an experiment of a type it does not have. So it's going to use its symbol. So it's actually one of these. It's going to do one that it doesn't have. It doesn't matter on this because they're both red. So it's going to take the one worth the most victory points, which is this here. So then we're going to look here at fire. It wants to be at 6. It's at 4. So it will cheat by, using 2 gold to have temporary mastery of up to 6, and it will go ahead and complete this. Okay, so it's completed 2 experiments. I've completed 2 experiments that are worth less. But yeah, that's where we're at. Are you enjoying Pericle? I assume that's how you say it. Pericle. Hopefully you're enjoying it if you've been playing it for 4 hours straight. Okay. This really stinks because I really wanted another pip value. So this, I need this and this. I really think I want this. It's going to be my way of like bumping some of these tracks. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to end up transmuting with this one. Second guessing my decision. Because like I want to transmute across white. you know what? No, this will work out. I'm going to use this, the 3 strength. I'm going to place this here. So when I buy the artifact, I get to do this. It's 2 bumps up the same track. I need to be at 2 on this, so let's go 1, 2. Man. Thing is, my other turn's going to be rough because I'm like also wanting to try and get this. But I think that is what it is. Yeah, we're just going to do that. Okay, and then over to him. If he was drafting a die right now, thankfully he is not, he would get a black die that he can get the max amount of value out of. He's not, he's just using his last 2 pips, or in this case 1. He's going to take an experiment, and then he's going to go up his lowest track twice. So again, he is taking an experiment from this one, which I didn't refill, and he does not have that symbol at all, so that is what he'll take. And then he's going to go up what he has the least, and then you evaluate it again, and the next tiebreaker is what gives him one of these, or he's closest to achieving, which happens to be that one. And then that gives him a bump, and so this would be what he has least of. So that's that. Makes sense, but like I mentioned, it's my first dive into the genre. I don't know basic tabletop RPG mechanics and terminology. I feel like I'm doing stuff wrong, so constantly referencing rules. It's a fun story. I mean, isn't the point of tabletop RPGs that you can't do it wrong? You just do it, I think. Okay, now I am going to... What am I going to do? I think I'm going to transmute. I'm going to use this reaction, and I am going to transmute along white, which is what he just used. So I'm reacting to his die. So I'm going to do one of these 2. If I do this one, I could work on like coming to get that, and then that is my way of getting, you know, one of each of the different types of experiments. Because it's just a lot harder to do later. Put this here. Let's see, if I put this here, I need these. This and this. Discount. Okay. I think I'm going to transmute along this. This line here. I'm going to be so starved for essences is my next dilemma. I'm sorry, I'm thinking. Because I know I'm not, there's like 0 chance he takes this one. Not 0, but close to 0 he takes this die. So I'll have no more chances to just get like free Mercury. If I go along this one, I can get a Mercury. I'd be wasting this though. If I do that, I think I'm gonna do that though. I hope it's the right call. This is what I want. No, last thing. I'm just gonna go here. So I'm gonna transmute along that line. So I get this, and I'm going to use this to go up 1 bump here. I don't think I need any of those. So I either need a Mercury. I need a Mercury. That's what I need for sure. And then I don't think I'm going to switch anything. It'd be so terrible. I could put this here. I think I'm going to do that. I feel so bad about doing that, but I'm going to do that. That feels like a bad decision, but that's what I'm doing. No, I'm definitely not doing that. I lied. Okay. Sorry, that's it for me. I cannot complete an experiment. Actually, I have this. I could technically complete that. But I actually don't think I want to right now. Take this. Yeah, take the one I need from here. And then take this. And I want that for this, so I'm not going to complete that. Okay, so over to their turn. And they do need to draft a dice. They are looking at this pull and this pull. So they're going to take from this pull. This is the most, so it is 3. So it goes to a 3 strength. They're going to use 1 worth, and they are going to get one of these experiments. It's the one they have the least symbols, which looks like they got 2 fire and 1 water. Oh, no. It would do it if it did not have any of the types, but it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got all the types. So then, an experiment it can immediately complete. Which, I'm sorry, it could have last turn immediately completed this. It would have used its gold to complete that. Is it at 5 on the water? It is not. It is this one, so it can do this one. And then now that we've got all the level 2 experiments out, we will not be placing any more, even to refill. And actually that refill should have been there anyway. Okay. That's it. Back over to me. I think I'm going to actually just take this die, which is 2 value worth. Which feels sort of terrible, but I think it's just what I need. I want to grab this experiment. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do something first, though, actually. To make it slightly less terrible, I'm going to spin this gold to buy a part of the Philosopher's Stone. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this here. So I get another one of these reaction tokens. And I get another publication, which is a kind of end game goal. It's like this one could potentially be worth more points, but this one seems like it'd be fine. So I'm going to do that. And what this is basically one of each symbol, and then you get 8 points. And then I'm going to use that for 2 of these tokens. So whenever I draft this black die, I'm going to use the 2 to make it 4 strength. Okay, feels a little bit less terrible now. And then I'm just going to use 1 pip value to transmute this across here. I am going to use a Mercury. And then I get this. I'm going to need 1 more. One more of these. And one more of these. Okay. I think that's what I want. So that's letting me do a couple of things now. I can now actually complete this experiment since I bought a piece of the stone, and actually you're supposed to place that there so you know you spent gold that way, and then the next one will require 2. I can complete a blue experiment with 1 less, so I just spin this and this. Oops. And I will complete this blue. I get to go 2 up a track. We have that. I can have that and that. So let's do 2 up the wind track. And then I get 1 of these tokens here. And then this goes here, and I unlock the other side of that. And let's just place it in the middle. I think. You know what? I am going to not use that right now. Might use that later. Sorry, catching up on chat here. So, I asked you, couldn't you do everything? That's my thought, but like there's movement rules where you can't fire ranged weapon if you move a certain amount and like line of sight stuff. Exactly what you said though. It's just me. Yeah. Yeah, I can see how you having never played, especially anything like hex combat wise, right? Like I think of Heroscape, and it's probably basic rules in Heroscape are the same as like these basic rules, but you having never kind of dabbled over into that, it's not basic for you. It's brand new. Okay. I did my turn. I'm honestly pretty satisfied with it. I was able to complete an experiment, and yeah, my Philosopher's Stone's looking pretty good. Philosopher's Stone is worth more points depending on if you, the more you have. So I think if you have all 7, it's worth like 35 points at the end, I think. Okay, anyway, over to them. They're just going to use 1 pip value to get a gold. And then they shuffle this up. And then I am actually going to copy, and I'm going to transmute down black. Yeah, because I need to get an experiment, and I need to transmute 3 times along black. Yep, that's exactly what I want. So I'm going to transmute along black. And I did this, so I don't get it again. Okay. I'm going to use Mercury to go up 1 step here. Okay. Over to me. I'm running out of essences, so what does this need? What would I? This should be okay. First thing I'm going to do is use this to flip 2 of these reactions, because I do think I'm going to have to use it. And then I'm going to use a pip value to just take this experiment, which I'm very close to. Okay, over to him. Paul, are you playing just 1 character or multiple characters? He's going to use this to get an experiment, and he's going to go up his 2 that are the least, and then they're all the same distance. Moving track. Closest to the next bonus space. They're all still there. Furthest ahead of you. There. And then it'd be behind, furthest ahead of you. The same, closest behind you. There. Okay. 3 character minimum, all pre-built, so that's nice. So you can also like create and customize characters then? Okay, and then he is going to take an experiment this symbol. There's one option, this one. 5 on this, he is there. Guy's just crushing experiments. Okay. Am I reacting? I'm actually going to react just to take. That's terrible. Did not do this super well. What do I need to complete this? I just need to transmute this. Which I'm about to do on my turn. And then I'm going to have the essences I need. So no, to answer the question, I'm not reacting to his. So on mine, I am just going to transmute this. I'm going to use this essence, which is this track here. And then I am going to complete this experiment. So I have one of these, one of these, one of these, and one of these. And that is going to go here. And this will go here. And so now I complete this. So I will get 4 essences. You know what? This might be better. This is almost certainly better. Yeah, because then I can get 3 mercury and 2 of these. So I can have like a more powerful final dice. I like that. And then I could get 2 bumps. So if I get 2 bumps, I could go here and that's what I'm going to do. I just want to do it now. 1, 2. I get a bump. I might do red. I still need to be at 11, but we'll hope I can get there. I'm going to do that. Final answer. Okay, over to him. He's going to draft from this pool or this pool. And I can't remember what happens if there's not the color he wants. Black, white, red. So he is going to take this at a 2 strength. He's just going to use 1 strength to get an experiment. Because he can't, he is just going to get 1 gold. And I think I might want to react across the... I think I'm going to react for the white. So I'm going to transmute this using this. So I get a bump here. And then I get 2 that I want. This could just get me here, and I don't have to use my mercury for any more, which sounds pretty good. Do I do that? Yeah. I'm going to do that. Then I don't have to worry about using my mercury as that. I like it. When can you react? Can you do it any action or just what they did? You can react after every action they do. The dice they have determine what you can do. So you can do, there's three things. All right, so the die, like that die corresponds to this area. So I could get this raw material. I could get this essence token. I can transmute the color, so white. Or I could just flip over one of these artifacts to get to reuse it. Those are the four things that you can do. Three are based off of the die they did. The fourth one, their die doesn't matter. You just flip it over. So that's how the reaction works. And so they're only using 3 dice, so I'm going to have, and you can only do one of their actions. Like I'm going to have to react to this on the next turn because it's my last chance. Which is actually kind of a bummer because then if I complete this, I don't get to automatically flip one, or I could do, but it's kind of wasted. Maybe I don't do that. Okay, what was I thinking? Oh, my last pip. I was actually thinking, do I take this experiment, which I can complete. I have 2 of these, and I have 1 of this. Um, 2 of these and 1 of this, and it does cost me 1 less. I actually might do that. I'm going to take that experiment. The problem with completing it is I really wanted to take a red die and make these gold, because then I could spend 2 gold to unlock another part of the equation, because at this point I can only unlock parts of the equation through gold. And they're almost done with their round, and I still have a 3rd die to draft. Honestly, kind of abnormal, except for the fact that they have so many experiments. This is more than I saw last time I played them. But because they're doing those like expensive actions, they've also taken a little bit weaker die too. Okay, I took that experiment. Do I go ahead and complete it? And for my last action, what would I do? I could transmute along red here. That might not be bad. Because the nice thing of me having pushed this green track is that I can just start hammering some of these green experiments. I also need all of this material, so I could start working toward that. I don't think I'm going to complete it yet. They're going to go. they're just going to spend 1 to get a gold. And then I have to react to it because it's my last opportunity. Taking this. I'm just going to take the essence because at this point I just need essences to transmute. Okay. Okay. I think I want a red dye. This red dye is sweet because it gives you all the essences, but I don't think that's what I'm going to use it for. It's worth 3 value. I'm going to spend 2 of these to make it 5 value. This could be cool. So something else to think about is I have 1 of each. Basically, I have 1 of each symbol. So that's enough to do this. But you can't reuse symbols. So like I need another 2 fire and another 2 water to do this one. I have 2 more water. I don't have 2 more fire. So I either need to do 2 more fire experiments, which I've got 1 here, or buy fire this stuff. So here's what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to use 3 pit value to put this here. And when I buy it, I get it. So I will get a Mercury and this. Mercury's the only one I know the name of. Gold and silver. I don't know what the rest are. And then he's done, so it's just me going. And then I'm actually going to transmute 1 red across here. I can use the Mercury. And I am officially done and maxed out here, which is the most points you can get. Is that what I want to do? Oh, hang on. It's not using it that way. I did that. It's just spinning. I think that might be what I want to do. No, I don't need to do it now. No reason to. I'm just going to do this one, which goes up this track here. And then I get this again because I went across it. So this and this. And then I'm going to go ahead and use this for an immediate gold. I probably could have done any time. Not like there was any risk of him taking something or that. And then I'm going to spin these 2 to buy the next part of the Philosopher's Stone. So it costs 2 gold. And I'm going to put it here, which gives me a bunch of different essences. And I have this. I'm going to get 1 more Mercury. No, I'm not. I'm not going to get 1 more Mercury. I'm going to get, I'm going to get a bunch of triangles, the fire track. looks like I just commit to one of these tracks. I'm going to do this one, because this way I know I'm wanting some more fire symbols. So we're going to do that. Then I'm not going to get the publications yet, because honestly I can wait toward the end of the game. So I have one more. Oh, and then so at the end of my turn, I will turn this in, because I can do it now for 2 less material. So I only need 1 silver and 1 of the other. I threw those over there, and then I get 2 of this, 1 of this, and 1 publication. So this is probably not what I want when I already need fire stuff. Worth 3 points per completed this type of experiment. Hang on. I've done 2. What is this worth? This is worth 1 point for each of these. What is that? What is Oh, it's your level on those mastery tracks. This one and this one. Oh, well that one's much better. So I'll just do this one, even though I'm like beginning to ask for way too many symbols. Okay, and then for the last pit value of this, I'm just going to get this right here. Okay, that is the end of round 2, so just one more round to go. I have to remember what happens at the end of the round. No. Flip all of these over. Reaction tokens. 3rd round, skip it. Remove these artifacts. And again, I mean, we went through, well, there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that we didn't even see. I don't know, there's just, I feel like so many. So there's a double fire, a way to get double fire. My white spaces are already filled. We'll figure it out. Okay. Remove all the experiments. Okay. And so I think we remove, I know we removed the level 1s there and there. And then I think for this spot, you actually don't, you just don't fill until something is bought. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a level 3 plus this, right? This is like now my main priority. So I need to get all this stuff to do that. Then we just do the dice. Oh, and then order is going to stay the same because they finish first. And then we're going to look at the mastery they have the most of and add that card. There's no wild symbols this time. There's also none that have 5, so it's not like we're re-rolling. They have the most fire. So that gets shuffled in. Okay. So going into the last round here, I can tell you my ultimate goal, while I would love to be able to finish this, my ultimate goal is to make sure I'm going to have all of the required material for that. So what do I have? I have this, I have that, I need 2 of this and 1 of this. So, poo. That's it's really a bummer. It's a bummer because I could like transmute across this to put stuff in this pool to then go here. So it's either going to be like but if I do that, I'd have to transmute this twice. And then I'd also have to, Man, and completing this gives me 3 gold, which is enough to buy like my last Philosopher's Stone spot. So I definitely want to do that. Okay. He's first, so I don't know why I'm thinking. Okay, so he is getting his little specialization, which is this. It's crazy. Honestly, I feel like he's gotten very unlucky with the pools he's pulled from, because like he's just taken a 2 value there. I'm sorry, he started with 3 of those because it's round 3, so it does go to 5. So I take back what I said. He's fine. He's going to use 1, and then if he was less than or equal to on fire, which he is, he's going to do 2 of those. And that is actually exactly why when I was here, I moved up 1 spot on the fire in hopes that I could prevent him from the 10 points here. So, go me. Okay, now it's me. Well, look at this. It requires, man, if this, of course, it wasn't out, but man, this one is like, is there a way I can do that? If I take this red, which is that symbol, I get a discount of 2, so really I need 2 here and 1 here. So I can get it with the white. I like that. I like that. I'm going to take this white dice. And I'm going to spend 1 to make it a 4. It's kind of a bummer, but I'm like real positive I'm going to have to use this or replace this, which I could do this turn. This is also good for me. I got a lot going on here. Let's see. Like I'm tempted to use. I would use 3 pips to take this, putting it here, and then I would have my symbols for this. Because I also, that's a decent chunk of victory points. It's 11, 14 points. I have so much I need to do. All right, right now I'm just taking the experiment. Maybe work on the experiments better. Who knows? Okay. He is going to spend 3 pip. 1, 2, 3. Go up 2 on the fire. He gets a chameleon, which to him is just a gold. He's going to be able to complete any of the experiments. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do... I think I am going to take that. Maybe not yet. What I'll do is... What do I need? I need this. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, because if I do that, then I input 2 here. Yeah, I am going to do that. I'm going to transmute across the white here. I'm going to use one of the triangles going up this track. Oops. Here. I get 2 bumps up. I guess red. Yeah, decision has been made. And then I can complete this experiment. So I can do green for 2 cheaper, so I don't need the silver or gold. I just need this and these 2. And I get 3 silver and 2 of any choice. So there's the silver. What I need is these 2 to be here, so I can get them here. Okay, I'm happy with that. He is going to use the last of his pip values there to just straight up score 5 points and get a gold. Do I want to react to his black? What symbol is that? This symbol. What's this? So what do I need here? I have the silver. I need 2 of these. I have this. I'm about to have this. I have that. So this is what I can have for free. I don't think I'm going to react to his black. Yeah. So over to me. I'm going to draft this here. Oh, no. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm just going to use 1 pip strength to transmute across this using a triangle. Oh, no, I'm not doing the red. I get this. Let's take, I think, 1 mercury. And I'll move one of these to here. Okay. What is it? It is his turn. He is going to draft this pile for sure. Yeah, the black one here. That blows. But that's all right, I think. It is 4 strength. He's going to use 2 to get one of the black artifact tiles. They both have the same amount of symbols. So this one. Okay. I could react to that. But I don't think I'm going to. Take that back. I'm going to react to that using the black and go across black like that. Use this. Okay, now it's to me. I'm just going to do white again here. Use my last triangle essence, move that. And then now I think I complete this master. I've got 2 silver. I don't have this, so that's 1 I need, 2, and this. Yep. So I didn't have 2, but it was 2 cheaper. So I get 3 gold. And that's it. Complete that. So now I can use this 3 gold to finish my Philosopher's Stone. But I'm going to think on that for a second, because when I do, I don't think gold and stuff is worth anything at the end of the game. Let me make sure. It's worth 1 victory point for gold. Well, I know what I'm doing right now, and it is taking, I should do the 4 value white die. Man, I'm sorry. If I take this, I want a white because I want to take this. I actually don't think there's much left I can do in the game. could take this one to try and finish this experiment too. Yeah, you know what? No. I'm going to take this one. So it's 4 strength. And then I'm just using 3 of it to take this tile here. It's a white one. I have to just replace this. But that's fine because this will now give me at least the symbols to complete this publication, which I know is worth these amount of points. I immediately get 3 points, so it's my first points in the game. And a silver. Okay. Now it is his turn. I'm going to use 1 pip value to go up 2 on this track. Then it's back to me. I have a white. This is 7 in this, and I'm at 4. So I don't see that happening. So gold, I don't know if I mentioned this, but gold can be used as a completely wild resource, or used as any of the elements. Silver can be used, I think I mentioned earlier, as like a cheater to make sure that you got up, kind of how they use their gold, but how you get up to the thing. I think for the white, I am just going to transmute across here. I'm going to use a Mercury, and it just puts me up a bump here. So it's worth 3 points. It's also a symbol if I need it to be. I don't think I'm going to need it to be, but it is. Okay, over to them. They're going to use 3 value. So they only have to do 1. They go up their lowest, which is this one, and then they get a gold. And I do think I'm going to react to that and just get a Mercury. Okay. My final decisions here. This is really what I'm thinking. If I can complete this. So 1, 2. That. Yeah, I could probably do that. I could complete this. It's another 8 points, and it's 1 point per experiment you have completed. I think it's my best bet. Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to take this as a 3. And then do that. And I can, on the end of my turn, actually complete this by doing a couple of things. I'm going to spend the 3 gold to buy the last step of the Philosopher's Stone here. When I do that, I get 2 silver in any 3, which I'm going to make Mercury. I'm then going to, I completed this as well. I can transmute across 3 lines. So I want to do, this red once, and I'll use the mercury as the essence, which unfortunately I'm maxed here, but it's the best thing I can do. So I get a mercury in whatever that other one is. I'm actually going to do the same across this white as my second one, using a mercury. And so that'll get me 3 points, 1, 2, 3, and a silver. I don't think I care about this. I think I just do another gold again. Okay. Oh, yeah, and so that's, I was doing that because now this requires 2 less, so I'm going to just turn in these 2 into the red, and I get to flip one of these tokens, get another publication, excuse me. We know I don't want this one because I need my fires for other things. If I get a wind symbol, this one's not bad. I just need one more wind. And it cannot be that. So it's not looking good. Okay. I think I did that right. What did I drafted at a 3 strength. I hope I did that right now that I'm thinking about it. I got those, I did these. Okay, over to them. They're gonna take this or this. This is the highest, so a 3 strength there. They're gonna do 2 strength worth. They're gonna get, they have all the symbols, so whatever's higher points, this is. They need to be at 8. They are at 5, but they can spend 3 gold. So while it looks like I've done good, cool things, they just like get an easy 11 points that way. Okay. If I transmute white across here, I have all that. I say that, now I think I do have plenty of fire. I think I should have taken the other one now that I think about it. Is this, I should have taken the other one. I'm gonna just grab the other one. Because this is 1, 2, this is 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's major points, but it is still some points, so I'm gonna have to grab the other one because I knew I had this. And so I'm gonna transmute across this white line here. You know what? On their turn, I'm gonna react to the thing they had and get a triangle. And then on my turn, I'm gonna transmute over here, but I'm gonna use the triangle that I picked up to just go there. 6 extra points that way. Ooh, potentially getting another fire there. Yeah, that's it. And then the last turn, they just use 1 to go up 2 on this track. And I might as well use my last one to get another triangle. My last reaction. Yeah, we're just going to transmute this again. So this is my last turn. So I transmuted that using a triangle, so it gets me to there. And I can then complete this, so I have a silver, I have 2 brown, it doesn't matter at this point, 2 brown, and then the other can be nothing, because it costs 2 less, and so I get 1 point for each completed experiment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 14. All right, neck and neck. And then the last thing I can do is I can attempt to get another publication, excuse me, at the end of the game. I'm positive I don't have either of these things, so we'll just do that. Unfortunately, I can only transmute 1 because I have 1 essence, but that will just go there, which is worth 1 point. Okay. Yeah, Paul, not as heavy. So you can play it again. That's it. That's the end of the game. So all we do for end of round cleanup is flip these face up. And really, it's just so you can see the symbols. And so to keep the suspense, we'll do his final scoring first. I score as usual. Before final scoring, draw 2 random masterpieces. These guys here. If Botmagistus has reached the required mastery level for either of them, it will immediately complete the one with the most victory points from it. Well, I can tell you it's not at 11 on either of those tracks. However, it does have 3 gold in the fire. It's at 8, so 1, 2, 3, so it will spend those guys to complete that. So a nice easy 18 points for it right there at game end. So it's going to get victory points for the experiments. For 14, 21, 28, 36, 47, 65. 65 plus 15 is 80. Victory points listed for reaching any of the space. Nope, it did not reach any of the victory points based on the mastery track. 3 per point elemental symbol on artifacts. So it has 3 artifacts, each worth 1, so 9 points. 89. Count how many formulas it could unlock. Each type. Completed experiment includes the masterpiece counts as 1 Plus, it can spend 2 gold to increase the formula count by 1 as many times as it can afford, up to 7. So it doesn't have any remaining gold there. So it didn't unlock one of each type, so it is 4, so 9 points. 9. If it has any gold left over, scores 1 per each. Okay, so that's it. So I have to get to, what is that, 98. I think I should be okay. So my experiments, so my completed experiments, so we have 7, 11, 19, 26, 31, 45, 55, 62, 67. 15 plus 67, 67, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so 81. Okay, publications. So now I can score my publications, and basically everything I have that has a symbol, right? So all the experiments, completed experiments or artifacts can go to these symbols here for publications, but they can only be used once. So let's put this here. I have way too many of that symbol, 6 of that symbol, 5 of that symbol, 3 of that symbol, and 1 of that symbol. So I cannot complete much. I can complete this one. Yep. And this one, those were the 2 I was aiming for. And then I think I can also do this one because I had 5 fire. So let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 fire. 1, 2. Is this on board? Yeah. 1, 2, 3 water. So 3 water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. So 3. And then the 1 air symbol. Yeah. So and those each required air, so they wouldn't have been able to be done. So this right here is I score for where I'm at on these 2 tracks. So 12 and 4, so 16. So 1, 2, 3, 6. So that is 97. Then this is the water and wind track, so 7 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then lastly is just a straight up 8. 14. Okay, that's my publications. Then my Philosopher's Stone. So because I did all 7, and I guess I'll show, there's a little chart here, right? 0 to 1, all the way to 7. So 7 is 36 points. So do 6, 35 is 50. Next, gold left over, 1 point each. Or if you had any ethereal tokens. And then reaching tops of mastery. So 14, 4, what's that? It's 57, so 67. And that's it. So it was 167 to 98. I guess I'm a bit disappointed in that. I didn't really know what to do here. So at the beginning of the game, where is it? So there's this increasing difficulty. There's actually this increasing difficulty and this decreasing difficulty. So I played this roughly a month ago, 2 months ago, can't remember. And I just played it base, right? Because I hadn't played it in a while. So I played the bot base, and I completely crushed it then. So I was like, okay, increase difficulty. So I did these things, right? I did some of these things. There was a whole bunch. It says use any and all of these options to increase the bot's victory point capability. So I just kind of went through here. I did. It started with an additional gold at setup. So I gave it 1 extra gold. Normally I had 2. I gave it 1. It started with a random experiment, starting experiment. So I did that. And then I didn't really, these two were very similar to me, and I liked the random setup of it. But this one is they start at level 1 of each of the tracks. And then this is you roll a dice and move it, based off the track, right? So I like do this, and then you move whatever that track symbol is, this one. So 4 times. So it was 4 bumps up a track. It's just this way. It was kind of not just all at level 1. So that's what I did. And then I thought, well, that's half of them. I thought that might be enough. So I guess next time I just kind of add them all in. So what else would there be? At the end of the game, draw 3 masterpieces instead of 2 when choosing the experiment to try and complete. So see, that one wouldn't have changed because it's just kind of dumb luck. Had he not had enough to get there, like he wouldn't have been able to do those, so you just draw 1 more. So that one doesn't count. Allow Botmistus to spend gold to complete a masterpiece experiment. Oh, that's actually what I did. So see, I did actually. What did I do? Hold on. Here's the ending of the game. If you reach the mastery level, it will immediately complete the one with the most. The others discard. Oh, it does not spend gold to reach the requirement. So see, I actually did. So I did that on accident, increasing the difficulty. So this is the only one I didn't do, was this personality card trigger their scoring ability even if they are equal to Botmagistus's mastery. So that would have, we did actually tie once. This one, we did tie once and he got 2 bumps. He'd have gotten an extra 10 points. So I don't know. I don't know what else to like. I don't know what else to do. I mean, the only other thing you can do is you can roll the dice even more than 4 times. But the truth is, so even if it had had another 10 points, all right, let's put it to 108. And I had done it enough times that it pegged the top of each of these tracks, right? That's another 28 points, right? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, that brings it to 136. I don't know. So here's some options to use any and all these options to make your own life harder. Make Botmagistus the starting player, but do not gain an ethereal die to compensate. So he gets to go first. Does slightly matter because you get to take the best one on the first turn, but really it's only that first turn. I don't think that's that big. Remove an additional white die at setup, playing with 5 black, 4 white. Okay. Draw only 1 starting publication and or 1 masterpiece experiment set up to play with those. So normally you draw 2 and you pick 1. So I don't know. I think it's a fun game. Paul, we need to play this multiplayer for sure. But I don't know. This solo's not bad. You're getting to play the game, which is typically something I really like. But I also want there to be like the challenge of another player. I mean, it drafts the dice very logically. That part, it's always, no, I take that back. It should, but sometimes it can be dumb luck. So, I don't know. I'm just kind of torn on how I feel about this solo. But yeah, that was Trismegistus. Appreciate you guys jumping in. Paul and I will be back next week. barring neither of us being sick. But Paul, from talking to him, he is feeling better. Actually, I think he mentioned that earlier. There's a thread on BGG about the solo that Xerxes posted on it. I'll send you the link. Is it like something to increase the difficulty, Paul? Because I could definitely see that. Like, I don't know. I know this is weird, and it's, you know, what, having my cake and eating it too, but, like, I like when solos let me still play my own game, and this one does absolutely do that. But I also want a solo that I feel like provides a challenge, and I think beating it by 70 points is not a challenge. For each essence, and then roll 2d6 and see which goes up. It helps the bot get early experiments without spending gold, and it typically gets to the first column of the mastery track bonus before you. So I see that. I guess that's okay. So that's what I was saying, like, oh, I could make these mastery tracks it do more, so then it pegs out, right? And that's what I was saying. It says this is for people that score around 130 to 200. So I was dead in there, 165. So yeah, I was going to say, I guess I was underestimating the part where it wouldn't spend the gold for those. So then it would have it at the end of the game, which then in turn lets it get to, you know. So I had said, okay, all right, that makes sense. That my theory was going to bring it to 135, and then it would have the gold to do its master experiment, which 36 minus 9 is 27, so an additional 27 points. 5, 6, 7 brings it to 163. Okay, I like that. I was at 167. That would put it at 163, right, roughly. I think that's if it plays perfectly, right? That's it pegging out every mastery track. That's it having the goal to complete all of the Philosopher's Stone. So, yeah, we'd say that was the score, 167 to 163. And that makes sense, because I can see how in this, your only way of tweaking the bot is the start, right? Because it's the same deck of cards every time. So anyway, going back to, I would definitely play that way from now on for sure, because then I could see it being very tight. Then I could play my own game, and it's still going to score about what I am. But I still, it is, this falls in the bot is like, it's just doing things and scoring points. Yeah, I guess it just doesn't really get in your way. Like, I occasionally have had it last game take a experiment I really wanted or something like that. And I did learn from that. This game, I drafted an experiment, and the very next turn, it took one where I knew it had the potential to. Or I also moved a marker so it didn't get, you know, the 10 points that way. So, I don't know. It was interesting. It was fun. I just want to play it multiplayer, because I think, I also think multiplayer, let me go back real quick, I know. Multiplayer really benefits from your reaction tokens, because every person's drafting a different colored die, and it, you know, like, the difference between a 2 and a 4-player game is 2 dice, right? With the 3-player game, you add another dice. So, like, the lower the player count, the higher your score is going to be, and the higher the player count, the lower your score is going to be. But you're going to get to have more options to react, and reacting will be much bigger of a thing. I do remember from our multiplayer playthrough, it was the unfortunate, like, slow part of the game, because every time it was my action. When we played 4 players, it was my action, and I'm doing something with this dice. We then had to go around the table and say, do you want to react? No. Do you want to react? Yes. Okay, what are you doing? Okay. Do you want to react? Yes. Okay, what are you doing? Right? And then the next player goes and they do, one transmutation, and then you have to go around again. All right, do you want to react? Do you want to react? Do you want to react? So it did it was a weird part of the game, but I personally didn't mind it. So anyway, that was it. That was I was going to say Bot Magistus, but that was the name of the bot. Trismegistus. The ultimate formula. So for everybody that stuck around till the end, really do appreciate it. Paul, appreciate you jumping in. Hopefully you are feeling better, and hopefully you're enjoying Paracle, and it's everything you wanted it to be. I was saying, Paul and I will be back next week for our end of the month, fifth Friday filler frenzy. So we'll be playing all kinds of little games. We don't know exactly what yet, but it'll be a whole bunch of little games, and most likely there will be a dice thrown sprinkled in there, probably to either start or end it, however we want to do it there. So definitely come jump. I will also be back on my normal schedule Wednesday. I had to travel this week, but I will be back with another Heads Down Thinky Euro, going to be doing Now or Never. So I'm very excited to get to play that one solo. It will be my first solo playthrough of that one. So that's all I've got. As always, please like, comment, subscribe. All those things help us, help our channel grow. We'll see you on the next one.